US President Donald Trump's $4.5 trillion tax breaks and spending cuts bill has now cleared both chambers of the Congress, overcoming last-minute resistance to win House approval by a narrow 218 by 214 vote. With tax breaks and safety net cuts at its core, the package prioritizes the tax breaks enacted in 2017 during Trump's first term. These include allowing workers to deduct tips and overtime pay and $6,000 deduction for most older adults earning less than $75,000 a year. There's also a hefty investment of approximately $350 billion in national security and Trump's deportation agenda, and to help develop the Golden Dome defensive system over the US.
Thank you all for being here to support one of the most important pieces of legislation in the history of our country. And that's everybody saying that, virtually everybody. The one big, beautiful bill to secure our borders, turbocharge our economy, and bring back the American dream. That's what's happening too. It's met with tremendous approval and reception. And when we were thinking about doing it, we were going to break it down into 3, 4, 5, 6, or even 7 bills. And I said, let's make it one big, beautiful bill, Mike, right?
To help offset the lost tax revenue, the package includes $1.2 trillion in cutbacks to the Medicaid, healthcare, and food stamps. These have been done largely by imposing new work requirements, including for some parents and older people, and a major rollback of green energy tax credits.
Now there is support around this bill that most of the deduction has traditionally helped the higher income bracket, because now there is a cap. This is going to bring back money for the lower income bracket, or it is going to, it has got money to the Federal Reserve's more. So there are both sides of this particular aspect. So there are some short-term deficit reductions at the cost of a long-term social aspects of a country. So yes, this is a great blow for the clean energy, the Medicaid, the food programs, and if we look at it carefully, it seems like the government is moving away from a welfarist approach to an austerity governance. And that is not very unlikely of any right-wing political governance when it happens that way. So, I mean, as political observers, this is what we can comment.
The non-partisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the package will add $3.3 trillion to the deficit over the decade, and 11.8 million more people will go without health coverage.
It's mostly Medicaid, SNAP, clean energy. So now what it is doing is, it is in one hand giving or showing on the face that there is more money for the lower income group, at least on the face of it. But it risks putting a lot of people out of coverage, because the federal budget doesn't go back to these programs. Rather, it gets refocused into military affairs or others. So now what happens is, immediately it seems like, yes, there's a short-time deficit reduction, but the social costs are questionable. This is where the juxtaposition, I think it lies over there. It puts millions at risk, but it also shows that the government is reducing deficit. So it's a mix of both strategy, and it leads the administration over there, in my opinion.
While the Democrats have described the bill in dire terms, warning that cuts to Medicaid, which some 80 million Americans rely on, would result in lives lost, the Republicans say the tax breaks will prevent a tax hike on households and grow the economy.